Hey fellow Terrarians! Today we're gonna set up a mimic farm, that is normal mimics that can spawn in the underground, cavern, and pretty much any layer except the surface. Okay, so and they can be farmed at any layer, pretty much at any level, even underworld. However, in my experience, it's easier to set up an underground farm, and very easy to farm them early on, so you don't need to spend a lot of effort. Okay, so and why bother? Why setting up a farm? Why farm mimics at all? Well, they drop a lot of good loot for sure, obviously, and it's early hard mode. You can obtain it pre-boss and you can gear up very easily. They also drop decent weapons, they drop accessories, so a lot of items that you can obtain, craft into more advanced accessories or use as is, so a lot of options. Okay, but in addition to that, and that's my my favorite part, is that mimic, especially on higher difficulties, drop a lot of gold. So each mimic can give you 40 gold in master mode, and even more than that. Okay, so how do we set up a farm? The farm is very simple, and I recommend setting up pre-hard mode. So all you do is clearing up an underground square area. It's not square, rectangular area of 180 block horizontal distance and 100 blocks vertical distance. Okay, so that's it. And you can use dynamite, bombs, whatever works, but I think the fastest is using just dynamite. Pretty much explode all the blocks, and it's also it's very fast, it's convenient. So the first thing we're trying to ensure here is that nothing spawns at all within this area if you stand in the middle. Okay, so in the middle section of the rectangular frame. So if you set it up correctly, so that is about 180 blocks horizontal distance and 100 blocks vertical distance, so that you place your character in the middle on a small platform of a few blocks, then nothing should spawn anywhere around you. Okay, so this is the first step to ensure. And another thing, look at this, I have the underground level begin slightly above the middle of the frame, right? So that means that if standing in the middle here, right, so we'll find the middle. Yes, that's about the middle for me, middle section. Standing here, I'm right below the surface level, so I'm actually in the underground, so nothing will spawn from the surface monsters, right? So, and the only mobs that will spawn around, but right now nothing will spawn, of course, because again there are no solid blocks around us, so nothing can ever spawn. However, if we put a row of platforms like so, going all the way to the right, to the or left, up to you, to the zone that essentially is now within the range of spawn. Yeah, look at this. So now we have things spawning, right? So, but if we stand in the middle now, only monsters spawning will be on the right. So only on the right side we will have some enemy spawns. So this is how isolated this is, right? So this is the goal. So this is the first step. We achieved that. So now we know that monsters will only be able to spawn on the right. So now, but we are in the forest underground biome, which is, it's not the best in terms of spawn rates. So now we need to start working on this, on the spawn rates. And the simplest way is to set up a mud block grid for a jungle. Okay, so I mean, we're gonna make it tiny pretty much, just the smallest grid possible as usual for an artificial jungle biome. So again, mud blocks and a few seeds of jungle grass, and let it propagate, and everything is going to be fine. So this essentially will enable us, give us the much higher spawn rates. Okay, so especially because it's a jungle. Jungle gives one of the best spawn rates. Okay, so let's place some seeds. Again, underground, so jungle grass seeds, right? So, and wait for it to propagate, and we're just waiting for the background to change. Look at this. So okay, so background has changed. Now we're in the underground jungle. All right guys, we also need some luck, of course. gnome statue, jungle torch, that's 2, and we're gonna keep a stack of potions, luck potions. And for extra spawn rates, we need, of course, the water candle and the battle potion. So this is all fine and dandy, and you can see on the right side already a lot of friendly mobs spawning, right? But we don't want friendly, we want unfriendly mobs. And in this case, it actually could be beneficial to use bloody tears and, you know, activate blood moons, even though you're not gonna get higher spawn rates, because blood moons do not affect underground monsters spawn rates, but it will turn all the mobs into hostile. As you can see on the right side, now we have corrupt bunnies and corrupt goldfish, and so everybody's coming towards us. Okay, so this is good, this is a good test. It shows us that the farm is already working. Okay, so obviously once you've just entered hard mode, you need a good weapon, right? So your starter weapon, well, you're still probably going to be using things like vampire frogs if you're a summoner, and so on. And but of course, as soon as you can, I would recommend upgrading. Okay, upgrading, getting for this particular farm, I would say the you know, a good, for especially for an AFK version, it would be nice to have spider stuff and a bunch of maybe spider armor if you have access to it already at this point, right? So spiders will definitely help you farm these mobs. But again, we're not done yet. We're just testing the beginning of the farm. Okay, so at this point the farm is not really yet optimized to produce mimics in abundance. Okay, so let's continue. As you kill more of this, so I need to clarify that just the mobs that are spawning here and going to be spawning here in this area. Oh, there you go, first mimic, by the way, guys. The monsters that will spawn here will mostly be underground slimes. Oh, there you go, the first philosopher's stone and dual hook and a lot of gold. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna work, but this is not yet anywhere near the level we need, right? So, oh, then another mimic is coming. But again, so, and we get a power glove, titan glove. Okay, so this is all good, but it's not good enough for us. Okay, so even a nice mimic somewhere spawned, because we're at the border with a nice biome. Okay, so the same farm can work in a nice biome once we're done, but we're not done. So let's carry on. So how to optimize it further? So the first step, again, so we need to increase mob spawn rates and also increase the speed at which we dispose of them, right? So we can do lava, of course. You know, you can place some lava, you can place banners. Obviously banners will help as well, because all you need is to kill 50 mobs of each kind, and then you have pretty much you know, it can go pretty smooth, but it's still not perfect. Okay, so lava is good, but lava will, while it killing mobs, it will also sometimes destroy coins, and coins is one of the things that farm is good for, right? So you don't want to lose those coins, but I'm just showing you the possibilities, right? So if you only care about killing mimics and getting their loot, so of course lava would help in this case. And another thing, for an AFK portion of this farm, to make it really AFK, it's nice to have at least one dart trap. Okay, a dart trap would essentially, wired to a 1 second timer, to any timer pretty much, would shoot an arrow every 3 seconds, and basically that arrow will pierce through mobs, and if there is a mimic spawning at the edge of the spawning zone, it will be hit and it will get triggered and it will come to you. Okay, so that's the idea. That's the reason why we need at least one dart trap for an AFK portion, of course. Okay, so in this case now, as you can see, we are already able to kill the mobs with just lava, right? So in one trap, this is good, but you see it's taking too long to kill them, right? So, and also the biggest problem is not even I mean, obviously you can increase the lava pond, right? So make it longer, the pool, make it bigger, and another mimic is coming, by the way. So you can increase it, and you can definitely kill mobs faster, but again, you're gonna be losing a lot of coin. And what we need, and I'll look at this, so mimics take forever to kill with this approach, so this is not very efficient yet. And of course, if all you need is a couple of mimics, that's probably good enough, right? So, and even AFK, you can still get a lot of loot, right? So yes. However, let's take it further. Okay, so on this point, we're looking at increasing the killing rate and also getting all the coin, right? So we don't want to lose the coin. So instead of lava, we're gonna put some traps of different kinds. So geysers are available pre-hard mode, and they're found in the cavern and underworld level. They near lava pretty much, right? So, and they can be, well, normally when mobs go over geysers, step on them, they don't trigger those, right? But we can trigger those with wires, of course. So this is going to be a good start, right? So of course, geysers won't do as much damage as lava pool, so that's why they're not going to be the only trap we're going to use here. Okay, so, and again, all of the traps we're going to use are available pre-hard mode, so you can pretty much finalize this before you even fight Wall of Flesh. Okay, so here we're just gonna wire it, link it all to the same timer, and now we're gonna also have, let's see, let's activate it, and we're gonna have geysers working. Okay, so again, they are not going to deal too much damage, unfortunately. Let's see, let's remove the annoying guardian. Yes, well, it's not a huge damage. You can see that definitely not even close to what you would expect to be an efficient way to farm, right? So what we're gonna add is Boulder Traps. Boulder Traps are also available pre-hard mode. Boulder statues, pretty much. So you can craft those in a graveyard biome. So you need a heavy workbench and boulders and some stone. And now boulders, by the way, when they're activated, when they roll, they deal a lot more damage now than geysers. So it's a good idea to, and they're cheap. You can make lots of these, right? So now we can add a few more traps of each kind. We can even add a few more dart traps. We can add a bunch of boulders. Obviously, these boulders are still, again, they're dealing a lot of damage, but it's not fast enough. But looking at this concept, you can take it further, right? You can increase the line of the number of boulder traps, and you can wire them all to the same timer. All right. So the idea of this is to maximize the killing rate, right, and remove trash mobs as soon as they appear. So again, we can extend this trap system, this especially the boulders. I would say easily you can add 20-30 boulder traps, and those will be dealing a lot of damage. Pretty much will be one-shotting. Each cycle will one-shot pretty much every trash mob that it touches. Okay, so now we see we have one mimic and another mimic coming up, and you already can see that this is working. It's still not perfect, it's not optimized to perfection, and obviously it's not killing the mobs as fast as we want. So there you go, we just add some more boulder traps. Okay, so just for this particular guide, we don't want to you can go extreme, you can add 100 of those and you can one-shot pretty much everything in existence. But even with these 10 plus traps, we're able to deal a lot of damage. You see, the mimic is reduced to half life with just one cycle. Even, you see, that's it, one more hit and it's done. And same for regular mobs. I mean, look at this, the mimic dropped 45 gold. That's from a single mimic. So obviously you don't want that gold to be destroyed by lava. That's why I suggest not to use lava traps. Okay, because again, you lose all the gold. And again, another mimic is coming, and it's gonna take two actually in a row, right? So it's gonna only take a few extra seconds, and you're gonna get probably another anywhere between 50 to 80 gold. Right, so this is a lot of gold, by the way, guys. Look at this. So Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, the farm is getting better, but it's not obviously. Let's say if you want to make it work great, make it perfect. There you go. We got more. Yeah, we're at 4 platinum right now, and another mimic is coming. So if you want to make it even better, right, I would suggest adding more dart traps or boulder traps and dart traps. Of course, you can add some more from the other side. And this is a very efficient way to farm coin, guys. And obviously, if you defeated Queen Slime, you by now would have a blade stuff. Anyway, guys, so thank you for watching. Hope you like this video and find it informative. See you in the next one.